Hey guys, Uncle Ray. Welcome to another episode of the Crypto Bellwether. On this channel, we cut through the hype and the noise, and I give you the non-biased information you can use to make informed decisions. Now, I have a financial background. I used to be a licensed 3 commodity trader. I traded coffee, sugar, cocoa, foreign currencies. Bought my first foreign currency back in like 1990. Been around a long time. Now I'm full-time crypto. I do my deep dives for me, and I share with my community. That being said, in this video, we're going to talk about all the changes that's going on right now, and we're going to take a look at Bitcoin dominance, because you need to understand Bitcoin to understand crypto. And if you understand Bitcoin dominance, it'll help you understand altcoin season. So we're going to tie all that together in this video. I'm going to give you a lot of alpha that's going to hopefully help you get in that 10% that make money, because 90% of people in crypto lose money, and I don't want that to happen to you. So we got a couple of charts we're going to look through, and then we'll take it from there, and I'll tell you my thoughts in conclusion. So hit the like button. Guys, let's dive into it. And I want to make one thing clear. I'm extremely bullish. I can't be more bullish about crypto. But not everything we're going to talk about is bullish. You got to talk about the good and the bad. It's not FUD when you talk about my money, and it's not negative, but I want you to understand the game. You got to understand the big picture. That's what this video is all about. Anyway, right now there's legislation that is being put forth to called the Bitcoin Act. Guys, what they want to do is buy $1 million worth of what is it? 1 million Bitcoin. 1 million Bitcoin in like 4 years, hold it for 20 years, and pay off the national debt. And someone did the math and said that puts Bitcoin at like 1.35 million to be able to pay off our current debt. That's pretty ambitious, and who knows if that'll pass. But now that we have Trump in office, a lot of things are going to change. But it's getting people's attention, and our government and the people that matter are starting to understand Bitcoin. Now, a lot of people are talking about the game theory. You know, if all the banks and the other countries and America start, diving into crypto and buying Bitcoin, it could set off the game theory effect. I'm not really going to dive into it. Google it if you want some more information. But it's extremely bullish, and if it happens, wow. Now, one thing we see right now is that the Bitcoin ETF is the most successful ETF in history. This article says right here that BlackRock's Bitcoin ETF has more assets than its gold ETF. Bitcoin has already flipped silver in market cap. Guys, I truly believe it will end up flipping gold before long. It's probably not going to be this bull run. I wouldn't think so at all, but give it 5 years, 10 years tops. But really, probably after the following bull run from this one. Could be wrong. But anyway, another thing that is changing the world is micro strategy. Whether you like Michael Saylor or not, one thing he's doing, guys, is he's going around the world. He stepped down from being CEO of his own company, and he's going around the world and teaching his strategy. And guys, that is about to take hold. I truly believe that there's a lot of corporations that are looking to do what Michael strategy has done. Michael Saylor has done with MicroStrategy. Look at this. Microsoft, they are going to vote on whether to put Bitcoin on their books. Now, I think it'll pass, because just like in this article, it talks about if they don't pass it and the board votes on it and wants it and Bitcoin explodes, there could be a lot of lawsuits. Just something to think about. But here's why, and I thought I punched it up, but apparently I didn't. The reason I believe the whole world is going to jump on that Michael Saylor MicroStrategy bandwagon is because MicroStrategy in 2020 bought their first Bitcoin. Well, MicroStrategy as a corporation was $1.5 billion valuation. Now it's pushing 47 billion. Guys, think about that. In less than 4 years, a CEO took a publicly traded company and 47x the entire value of the corporation. I don't think that's probably ever happened in history outside of an IPO launch, especially a company that's been around as long as MicroStrategy is. Most companies are dying on the vine. They're zombie companies after, being around for like 25 years. So guys, I can't be more bullish on Bitcoin. I think the world is extremely bullish on Bitcoin. And now here's what this main video is about. When is altcoin season going to hit? Now, if you don't know what altcoin season is, it's basically when Bitcoin dominance starts to go down, right? And Bitcoin dominance right now is not anywhere close. I don't know why that's not punching up. Anywhere close. Is that microcap Bitcoin dominance? Look at this. It's going up, up, and up. I mean, that is just straight up. It's up over, what is that? That's right at 60%. Well, if you go back, this is what we want to see. See this right here? This is when pretty much the bull run is close to being over. It's game over. And all the big money who have made millions, if not billions of dollars throughout the bull run, they start taking some of those profits and they start buying altcoins. And at first they'll go down the pipe. They'll start buying more Ethereum, more Solana, the blue chip type projects. And then they'll just start getting more greedy and greedy. They'll get into gaming. They'll get into the very low coins that have the liquidity that they can get out. And then you'll have that last blow off. That's what true altcoin season is. And the way to understand it is you'll see it on the charts, but pretty much everything, I mean everything, even the shit projects, will start to outperform Bitcoin. And that's game over. And guys, for you hodlers that are thinking about, oh, well, I'm going to hold this technology like they're stocks. Cryptos are not stocks, guys. And why would you possibly want to watch your $10,000 go to 150,000, 200, 300, wherever it goes? And then ride it all the way back down and it dropped like 93%. Because history tells us there's never been a token, including Bitcoin, that didn't drop and collapse at least 87% from its all-time high when the bull run's over. And most of them are going to collapse about 93, 97%, and a lot of them are never going to come back. So keep that in mind, guys. But right now, we are nowhere close to altcoin season. But the good news is the demand for Bitcoin, the market's still run with Bitcoin. We're all starting to see the solid projects go up. If you have a project that you own and it hasn't been going up since the election at all or no significant moves, man, I would think long and hard about jumping on some of these hot projects with the sexy narratives that are leading this bull run and have been. If you don't know what that is, that's AI, gaming, real world assets, and memes. Now, here's one of the best charts, in my opinion, that you can use to see where we're at. And I'm gonna kind of walk you through some more charts real quick. So bear with me if you're not real knowledgeable about charts, because it's going to help you a lot. This is the total market cap excluding the top 10 altcoins. So the odds are right now everything should be pumping because of this big green candle. But now, as bullish as that looks, like when you look at it, you're like, okay, this thing's about to explode. That's the big picture. Yes, we've made a big move up, but what you want to do is start to back down. And if you go look at the monthly, it just made a big leap. Hopefully it's going to have support here, but if it breaks this support, we're going lower. But if it bounces here, guys, we're going to see some more pumps. You got to pay attention to that. But look, that's the monthly. Now you break it down to the weekly. See, that right there is a big move of others. That means every token for the most part has been ripping. But look at this. This is just smart money, guys, taking profits. Now, I'm not here to tell you what to do. It's your money. But we're going to get into that here in a second. But you need to be aggressive taking profits, in my opinion, because this is going to be a crazy volatile run, no matter how bullish it gets. Now, and then if you look at the daily, let's see what's going on. Are people taking profits? Let's see. Well, my computer doesn't want to flip over. Well, anyway, guys, that's two charts you definitely need to understand. Now, let's talk about a couple of things. What I'm seeing, and this is the most alpha of this entire video. I have a couple of concerns about this bull run. I have no doubt it's going to be massive. The market cap of crypto is going to explode. It's growing extremely fast. But as you can see, the big money, the Wall Street money, is moving into Bitcoin. And I don't think that's going to change. There is a chance, in my opinion, in this bull run, that Bitcoin separates itself from all asset classes. Yes, crypto will always run with Bitcoin, but I believe there's a good chance with, the next the next year and a half, that Bitcoin can start to separate itself. And when altcoin season is over and everything crashes, Bitcoin just keeps on trucking. Something to keep in mind. But also you have to keep in mind that Bitcoin is taking up a lot of that market share, and it's probably not going to give it all back as much as it has in the past because of the Bitcoin ETF. And now I believe they're going to roll into Ethereum, and Ethereum could be the same way. It kind of separates itself. Now here's one thing I'm seeing, and I've got a video coming out. If you haven't subscribed, guys, there's going to be a ton of alpha coming out every day, and it's go time. But one thing I'm seeing is the big boys that I've been saying are building out their projects and are going to flip crypto is happening, and it's right in front of our eyes. Our next video is going to make that extremely clear, but I'll post some other videos at the end of this video if you don't know what I'm talking about. But guys, the biggest flipping in crypto is going to be from Wall Street, the legacy banks, and the government flipping and controlling and dominating crypto, because this is the first time in history that Wall Street is pumping average person's bags. We're getting our bags pumped by like the likes of JP Morgan and BlackRock. That has never happened in history, and I can promise you this, except for the very small few, after this bull run, the game will be changing. Retail will be pumping Wall Street's bags. Mark my words. And it's the writing's on the wall. They're starting to launch their projects. Once regulation comes, I don't care what project it is, whether it's the cloud storage on ICP, or people thinking the whole world's going to run on XRP rails with banking, or DeFi. It doesn't matter. Gaming, we already seen Sony launch. You watch, guys. Before this bull runs over, you're going to start to see the people that run the world, and I hate this, start to dominate. Now, why is that important, guys? Well, if you don't take profits, they're probably never coming back. And most of these projects are never going to do anything like you think. They're going to get overtaken. They're going to become obsolete. And the big boys and the big major projects of probably the future are being launched in this bull run. We probably haven't seen, outside of Bitcoin and Ethereum, maybe SUI, maybe Solana, maybe HBAR. We haven't seen the future of crypto, in my opinion. But there's a good chance that those projects are going to launch in this bull run, and you want to have some dry powder to jump on. I don't know when that's going to be. That being said, I know I'm rambling, but bear with me. So here's what I think, and I almost forgot about even telling you this. If you go back in history and look at when altcoin season, well, in 2016, altcoin season peaked about 13 months after the halving. in 2000 and yeah, no, that was in 2012. It peaked 13 months after the halving. In 2016, it was 17 months after the halving, and in the last bull run, it peaked about 11 months after the halving. Well, if you average that together, that's about 13 months. So somewhere between 11 and 17 months could be altcoin season historically. That being said, Bitcoin made a new all-time high pre-halving, so that could make everything happen pretty much right now. But if you go use the average, that puts us in about April. So if you average it up, we should be knee deep into altcoin season in April. I don't know. Here's my thought process: is you got Trump coming in office. We know they're going to keep printing money. They're going to cut rates probably again this year, and everything is going to line up around when Trump takes office. So, I think that's what, January 21st. So February, give him, March, April, let that money start to print out, let him announce whatever he's going to do. And, I would say by March, April at the latest, we should be ripping. I mean, absolutely ripping. And I personally will be taking profits continually. And at some point, I'm going to read the room, read the climate, read the, economics, but we're still in the cycle. We know it's going to end. I'm going to be taking profits, and those profits come out. They don't go back in at some point. But my best guess is about a month or two after Trump takes office, it's going to be obvious that we are in altcoin season. But even if we're not technically in altcoin season, because it could be easily delayed, if we're not in altcoin season by then, your project should still be ripping. Not like they're going to do on the, the last final blowout, but they should be doing extremely well. Anyway, guys, hopefully that's a lot of alpha, but you have to pay attention, guys. Be careful who you listen to. You don't have to listen to me. I tell people all the time, don't listen to me, listen to who I listen to. But I share the good, the bad, and ugly. And right now, guys, they're still talking about the banking reset narrative and, ISO tokens and really, really unintelligent, uninformed conversations, in my opinion, because the world is changing. And, I've already pretty much sold all my tokens for the most part that I stacked in the bear market, my ISO tokens and, my render, my injective, uh, my singularity net for the most part, and there's new projects, guys, new projects. The probabilities of the projects that are going to make life-changing gains are the ones that it's their first bull run. 90% of all projects never experience a new all-time high in its second bull run, and 99.9 don't experience a new all-time high in its third bull run if it didn't have one in its second bull run. Guys, the money's made with the new tokens and the hot narratives that have never experienced a bull run. That being said, I do one-on-one coaching, and if you need help understanding that, if you need help understanding tokenomics, how to find these projects, how to compare these projects, or dollar cost average in, or whatever, I'm here to help you. And either way, guys, when you go through your portfolio, you need to have a game plan, because the FUD and the FOMO is going to kick in, and people are going to tell you you're an idiot to sell, and you're going to, hear all these stupid numbers like, $10,000 XRP, just as an example. Why would you sell your XRP if you remotely thought it would get in the ballpark at 10K, which is impossible mathematically for the most part? But you need to have a plan that plays the downside as opposed to the upside. The upside is going to take care of itself, guys, but you don't make life-changing gains if you don't take it. I'll give you a real quick story about one of my coaching clients. They own XRP in 2016. They started with about 11 grand. They ran it up to almost 7, or no, under 400,000, like $350,000. Rode it all the way back down, ended up with about 60,000. In the next bull run, they rode that all the way up to $685,000. And you know how much they got right now? And I say this with love. About 20,000, they about $60,000 in their account. And that's because they didn't take any real profits. They just took a little bit of profits accidentally in 2017, and then they didn't take any profits in 2021. Guys, that's not how the game is played. The odds are he might not ever get his anywhere close to the money he already had in his account. He didn't take it. Again, I say that with love, but guys, you got to get a game plan. When you see your profits go up, up, and up, at least take your initial investment out. That's one of my strategies. Anyway, I'm starting to rant. I'm going to let you go. Hopefully, there's some alpha in there for you. Reach out to me if you need some help. Watch my videos. Go to my channel. Scroll down. You know, there's a lot of alpha guys, but you got to understand the big picture. And crypto is changing so fast, and people don't even believe what I share with them in my deep dives. But guys, we know. The last thing I'll say, I'll let you go. I've said from my very first day, the legacy banks, Wall Street, and the governments, primarily the U.S. government, pick winners and losers, right? They already have all the control, all the power, and all the customers. And once regulation gets here, the same powers that we hate, they control the world, the flow of money, and everything else, they're going to implement their strategies. And you're going to see maybe wonderful projects like ICP that has great cloud storage just get rolled over because they don't own 0.0001% of the Web3 storage. And Google, Microsoft, and Amazon control the entire market, and they have the tech. They just haven't rolled it out yet. Don't get wrecked, guys. Don't hodl. Not financial advice. Hit the like button. Let me know what you think in the comment section, and come back and be part of this community. Because guys, it's go time. No time off. No rest for the weary. You got to pay attention, guys. Can't be more bullish. But take profits, guys, when it feels good, when you have those big green candles, and just take a handful. Keep that dry powder.